is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Melvin Ingram able to drop him for a loss of 4. That's called setting the tone right away.
It certainly is, and it lets you know just how important communication is amongst the offensive line. They talk about it all the time, knowing each other's moves. You've got to be coordinated and in sync. Otherwise, your quarterback gets hit.
To throw on second down. Stafford is going to fire one deep, and the defense loses him. It's complete. That one goes for 36 yards.
We just saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, They get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. The first carry now. This is Johnson. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. That'll set them back with a loss of 3 on the play. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. From the 50, Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Desmond King picks it. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many runs in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Ready, 380.
Following the interception here, Rivers. And incomplete to open things up.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Rivers on 2nd and 10. And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Devon Kennard coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7. So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers and Rivers after the sack. Rivers. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. The screen does get him 9, but it also brings up a 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Rivers to throw for it on 4th. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Offensively, when you see cover 2, the thought has to go through the quarterback's head. Drive the football when making throws. It's not just the deep guys covering. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of. Drive your throw. You see what results? Interceptions.
Right there.
After the interception, here's Stafford. He's going to air one out. That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Detroit. Bruce Ellington, 73 yards. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. And that time, he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, is what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety. You like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. And And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. That goes for a gain of 31. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now a 2nd down throw for Rivers. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Jalen Reeves-Maybin not dropping into coverage. He comes on the blitz and takes him down for a loss of 9. 3rd and long for Rivers. And he's going to go down again. Jared Davis in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. So on 4th down, here's the veteran left-footed punter Donnie Jones to kick it away. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. This is taken at the 15. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Lions will take over. So here come the Lions now. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
Yeah, we'll see if it's that easy here. On 1st and 10, Stafford. Looking downfield for Jones. And it's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find Marvin Jones that time. And now it's 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. It's hauled in by Ellington. Now Ellington lost the football. It's out. And this is recovered by the Chargers. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Now a handoff. This is Gordon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. On 2nd down, they'll run with Gordon. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
Well, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Now Rivers being chased out left. And that is incomplete.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Line of scrimmage, the 31, as they line up 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Rivers again. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
He's not exactly had a banner start to this game. We're still in the first quarter. He's already thrown an interception, and that should have been the second one.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, Rivers. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Devon Kennard in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Now remember, they were unsuccessful earlier in this first quarter. Going for it on 4th. They're going to try a 2nd time. Working out of the gun, Rivers. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Lions will take over. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2. If they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Room to run past midfield. He gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
They stay on the ground on 1st for Johnson. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
On 2nd down, here's Stafford. And Jones has it over the middle. And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Johnson, and he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, These pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. To throw on second down is Stafford. Flush to his right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, 22! Four down!
Stafford. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Joey Bosa coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be fourth down. Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. This is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And the Chargers coming out on the field now. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the number 1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it, be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Ready, 380! Green hot!
Second down, Rivers. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. He's at the 40, past the 20, 10, and all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, 77 yards. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. They had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
Set! 180! Jumbo, jumbo!
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. And the Chargers rush is going to get there. Down he goes. Melvin to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Set! 180!
Out of the gun, Stafford. Now he steps away. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. And down he'll go at the 25. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, it's not going to be a first down, but that's a nice job of picking up yardage on 3rd and long. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you, and in this case, it wasn't enough to pick up the first down.
And here now the punter, Martin, booming this one away. Pulled in at the 24. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. So Rivers will lead the Chargers out 1st and 10 at their 38. A first down throw here for Rivers. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The former Pro Bowler Glover Quinn there making the play.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Play fake to Gordon. Now Rivers. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Nevin Lawson with a pick. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line. So a minute 55 to go in the first half. Back to more NFL action on EA Sports after this. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
21.
The shotgun snap for Stafford. And his throw is incomplete. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
The Lions on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 16. Now Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked.
He felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Just a yard return there after a punt of 49. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. A 2nd down throw for Rivers. Wide open, it's Allen, complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 35 to the 34. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Rivers on 1st down. And oh, this This is taken in one hand, and what a catch. And he is able to take this way down into Detroit territory. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. From the red zone now, Rivers. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. Play action now. Rivers. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
They come out here in the eye. They'll give it to him up the middle. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's third and goal. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. So here we go on a third and goal. This Lions defense, they haven't broken yet. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jarrett Davis. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. The Chargers will bring out the field goal unit now from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And this one is right through. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard. Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front. And Detroit getting set to go now. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this. I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. Well, the clock showing just 16 seconds till the half as they line up first and 10.
22!
On first down, Stafford here. He lost 6 there on the first down play. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
Here we go.
On second down, Johnson. And some room to roam now. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another first and 10. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead. And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half,
and they've had an ability to see what you've done, they're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here. We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And out across midfield down to the 45. That one goes for 29 yards on 3rd down. Rivers going to turn and give this one to his running back, Gordon. There goes Melvin Gordon. Touchdown, LA! Melvin Gordon, 45 yards. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. He finds an opening past the 40. And he's into the clear. 20. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, 73 yards. And the Lions able to get this back within a touchdown. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Martin, the punter, now out to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get this one up to the 26. The tackle made there by Jared Davis.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Here is the punter Jones as he gets this one away. We're pretty woeful there. Just 23 yards on the punt. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jump? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
That one's good for 35 yards on the ground and a first down.
Here we go. Zero. Hey, tag 50 left. Double, set.
To throw is Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. In for the score. And the Lions are in for 6.
Boy, that route is really tough to cover because if they're running it correctly, you think it's really going to be a slam.
Yeah, well, we talk all the time about how it's tough to execute offensively, but you're saying, don't forget, it's tough to cover for the defense, too.
Yeah, the number one thing that you're taught is to not get caught inside or get beat inside. So you guard that a little bit more. So that gives you a little bit more space to operate outside if you start your move initially inside if you're a receiver.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here comes the Chargers offense now back out onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Going deep here. They've got his man complete. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers are able to strike for 6. No real hesitation from Anthony Lynn. They're going to go for 2.
Ready. Guys, set green 80.
They're going to give it to Gordon. And he's going to be hit and taken down in the backfield. Just nowhere to run that time. And the try for 2 is snuffed out. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a handoff. Johnson. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Tag 50, tag 50. Set, blue 60. 22. Hey, alert it, tag 53.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford. And that is incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense if that fell harmlessly to the ground. The Lions on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Big 20.
Now Stafford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. So Rivers will lead the Chargers up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Rivers now to throw on 1st down. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Operating from the gun, Rivers. This is Gordon on the dump off. And able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
But it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
Here's Donnie Jones now, standing just outside his own goal line. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team right on the midfield stripe. The fullback comes through with a big play there. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 13. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Hey, 22! 21! Hey, 22!
From the gun, Stafford. Flushed out right. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
To throw on 2nd down, Stafford. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Welcome back now here in London. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. After the sack, Stafford and the Lions come up on a 3rd and long situation.
Set. 280. Hey, 22. Go here.
Here's Stafford. And the pressure gets to him again. Melvin Ingram able to disrupt yet another pass play, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Here's Sam Martin now. He's been terrific so far. And how about this, a fake? And he's going to let it go deep. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, it looked like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. They'll try and grind some clock with Gordon. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger 1st down. Rivers now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. On play action, Rivers. He'll buy some time right. Incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
180. 380. Get hot.
Throwing again, Rivers on 2nd and 10. Got a man over the middle. It's Williams. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. He's now just 3 yards shy of 197 yards receiving on the contest. And a 1st down. Now Gordon on 1st down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Glover Quinn there on the stop.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Rivers now on 2nd down. Escaping the pressure right. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down.
Nice job there defensively. A great time to dial up a blitz.
And give him credit under center instead of throwing it away. Actually a pretty good job of getting past the line of scrimmage, not losing yardage. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And they'll go backwards here. Losing yardage to the 14. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Boy, not deterred from those first two failed attempts. They're going to go a third time here on fourth down.
Set! Block the team! Set! Rotate!
Working out of the gun, Rivers. He's going to be sacked. Back at the 23-yard line. Sean Robinson breaking through to get him for a loss of 7. Boy, you talk about not playing it safe. Why were they going for it there, Charles?
It's got to be a full evaluation of their team. Do they trust their defense in this situation? Maybe they think they've given all they can in this game and they don't have anything left. Do they not trust that the other team's quarterback is just so hot that no matter where they get the ball, they go downfield? Remember when Bill Belichick went for it in that game, right, against Indianapolis on the road, and everybody said, why'd you go for it there? I think he just thought to himself, on the other side, if they get the ball, they're going downfield anyway. He was trying to end the game right there with his own offense.
Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
4 down, Jack 53.
On second down, here's Stafford. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it. One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Stafford. And he fires one, but incomplete.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better that it hits the ground instead of going to an opposite color jersey.
Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. 11-11. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jason Verrett, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Now Gordon. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. And now the Lions going to stop us momentarily as they call a timeout, as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing here, Rivers. His throw incomplete. The 2017 All-Pro Darius Slay there in coverage, knocking it away.
Now that's absolutely terrific technique right there by the corner. Exhibit A. Zone coverage, knew where his man was in relation to the football at all times, and made a nice play.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. On 3rd down, this is Melvin Gordon. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. And we're going to get another timeout called by the Lions, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. That is inches from the upright. It's no good. Wide to the left, and this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
He's back to throw. Ellington has it, middle of the field. Breaks the tackle, now with Allen. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Bruce Ellington with his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. Here we go now as we get set for a big two-point conversion.
White. Set. Waiting.
Now it's Stafford. And he floats one there, incomplete.
They attempted to fade to the back corner of the end zone unsuccessfully. And I've been with you long enough, Brandon. I know it's not one of your favorite calls.
Well, it's interesting. Before working with you, I always viewed that as you're just taking away space and you're trapping yourself in a corner. But you actually have told me they're trying to create space where space is not.
Yeah, it's really it's a weird deal, isn't it? But you've got to just move that defender inside to create that separation and that little bit of space where there just isn't much.
So out come the Chargers. They're down here in a one-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we...
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The man they call Snacks, Damon Harrison. In there to drop him as the clock continues to roll. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
So it's 3rd and long for the Chargers and Rivers after the sack. He'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Ezekiel Ansah in there to drop him yet again, and he must be shell-shocked back there. That's now back-to-back-to-back sacks, and it's 4th down. They'll look to throw. And now he's taken down. And Rivers in the end zone. Down to the ground he goes. That results in a safety and 2 points. And that disastrous play partner is ultimately going to seal their fate in this one, isn't it?
It certainly is, because they gave up the 2 points. But that's not really what did it. It's having to give up the football. And because they gave up the football, guess what? The other team now can take the ball and close this game out.
And Detroit getting set.